Uh-huh. No, I understand. Peggy, listen to me. I understand, alright? I already talked to your boss. I already talked to the Jazwares dude this morning. He knows that I'm doing Rosie the Robot. He knows that I'm unhappy about the lack of Jetsons characters in this Hanna-Barbera line. So what I need for you... No, listen to me, alright? I'm intern Rick from Saturday Morning Review. You guys want these reviews done, so what I need for you to do is get on the phone to your boss and make sure that it happens. Alright? Alright, thanks. Man, it's so hard to get good help around here these days. Oh, hey, what's up, boys and girls? It's Saturday morning. I guess that means it's time for Saturday Morning Review! And I'm your host, Intern Rick. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Jetsons Rosie the Robot! So sit right back. Following in the footsteps of the Flintstones, the Jetsons made their television debut to primetime audiences on Sunday evening, September 23rd, 1962. Based in the future parallel to the Flintstones, the Jetsons celebrate two major achievements in the history of animation, being the first program ABC aired in color, and being one of the first programs, if not the first, to re-enter production after an initial run. Having only appeared in 2 episodes of the first series, it wasn't until the series came back in the 80s that the beloved Rosie the Robot became a cast regular. Today, we take a look at the Jazwares Rosie the Robot figure. Alright, boys and girls, so here we have our Rosie the Robot figure, and she comes packaged in the same classic Hanna-Barbera blister card pack, which features the Jetsons logo at the top, as well as an animated photo of Rosie at the bottom, and features the exact same cast of characters and figure franchises that will appear in this line. And just like with the previous Jazware figures, I have carefully cut along the tray to remove it from the card. And here we have our Rosie the Robot. Now, just like with the previous Jazware figures, there are no ties holding Rosie in. She pops right out. But I would like to note that her accessory, unlike the other characters, is actually taped to the tray. And here we have our Rosie the Robot. Now, she features articulation at the wrists that actually rotates, but it's kind of gummy, so you'll have to break it free. And she's also got up and down movement at the elbows, as well as up and down and pivoting movement at the shoulders. Now she also has rotation at the head and rotation at the waist, and then she features this nice little wheel accessory on the bottom, which is stable. It does not move. So, now I would like to note that this figure actually features a lot more paint than any of the other figures have in the past. She's got paint pretty much everywhere except for the blue on her arms and the blue that's on her chest here. Her head is completely painted. Her arms are painted at the hands and painted at the white and the red trims. Her bottom is painted, her apron is painted, her sides are painted. So this figure is pretty much almost completely painted, which is out of the character for the Jazwares Hanna-Barbera figures. Now she comes packaged with this nice little flat feather duster accessory, but if you'll notice from the size of the feather duster to the size of her hands, she really can't hold it like this. But they did include this nice little hole in the bottom of her hand that if you push, the accessory kinda should fit in there, but you'll also notice that this feather duster is rather flimsy. So it's probably going to break over time. Like you're probably going to want to bore that hole out a little bit so you can get that accessory to fit in there a little easier without breaking your feather duster. Alright, so here we have our Rosie and our feather duster. And that's going to take care of it for this week and our look at the Jazwares Rosie the Robot figure. Alright, boys and girls, so what did we think? We got a little bit more paint on this figure than we've got on figures in the past, and I still don't know how I feel about the shape of that head, but on the whole, she's pretty awesome. I'm really excited to add this character to my collection. Now, I don't know why Jazwares chose to go with Rosie the Robot first as opposed to any of the other characters in the series, But based on the fact that we've gotten a miniature box set, I will almost guarantee we see more figures in this scale down the line. Now, I remember watching the Flintstones as a kid. I remember watching the Jetsons even more. I absolutely loved this cartoon. Running around the house, making the car noise, everything. And it's crazy for me to think that a series that started out as a 24-episode run in the 60s was later revived nearly 25 years later in the 80s and is in fact celebrating their 50th anniversary this month. So in honor of that, happy anniversary, the Jetsons. Now be sure to check back next week whenever we take a look at the Hanna-Barbera Captain Caveman figure, and I think I'm going to throw in a little surprise just for a bonus. Also, if you like what we do here at Pop Culture Network, be sure to check out the Pop Culture Network store at shoppcn.com, and also be sure to check out the forums at jointheforums.com. And until next week, I'm Intern Rick, and take care.